I'll give you room to lie down.
Do you have the character sheet that you wrote?
What's that?
She has the sheet. Do you have it?
Oh, Jacqueline? Could I borrow that from you? No, I had like a bunch of copies, and then that's just a really rough through. Do you have any questions about anything?
Well, I actually have a whole bunch of ideas.
Okay.
Ideas are so much better than questions, because you get an actor that, like, you know, asks so much questions.
Right.
This is cool. Acid heads, yeah. I brought you my headshot and recipe.
Okay.
This isn't. I didn't know anything about the character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, really, before I got here. And
right.
I think this is really interesting. So I don't have a lot of like what I look like in the morning type pictures, but I think that's what you want. Like,
Excited. Maybe need to recruit him as well.
Hey, that's all right. But I did one where I was supposed to be beaten with, like, shaken with my arms, and he did bruises here. It was awesome. It was like a handprint, and he just did it free, and I was like, wow,
that's cool.
But my hair here, and my hair when I wake up in the morning, it's like real, you know, not done, not dressed. You can take the whole thing.
Is it frizzy more, or is it?
I can, if I blow dry it and I don't curl it, it can be frizzy, if that's what you're looking for. Also, more of like a, my whole time when I was in high school, I did this. I would get dressed the night before so that I could sleep for 5 more minutes in the morning, because it was important, you know. And then I'd wake up and, like, I tried to do my hair the night before, but I would sleep in it, so I'd wake up and it'd be, you know, that, and just like together, I guess. You know what I mean? More like, not dreadlocks, but
stringy hair.
Stringy hair.
Kind of like mine.
Right. No, not even as nice as I could do that too, I think.
So, I know you have to be somewhere at 7 o'clock, you said?
7:20.
7:20, okay. So definitely not take too much time here. Well, let's just go ahead. I know you've never read, well, you looked through the script. I don't know how much you actually read, but let's just go ahead and start reading from the beginning. It's a pretty fast read, pretty much. And I know you haven't had time really to get into any of the emotional aspects or anything like that. But if you could just pretty much do the best you can. David will play your mother. You. Jane,
the bearded mother.
I will play the narration parts. I don't have another script, otherwise I'd give it to you.
It was a pleasure meeting you, actually. Take care.
Okay.
Basically, the message of this film is don't have parents.
Yeah, no.
No.
Unless they're rich.
Alright, so the screen is black, and the first quote that comes up, remember that what pulls the strings is the force hidden within. There lies the power to persuade, there the life, there if one must speak out, the real man. We're at the Kennedy house, afternoon, present day, and we are in Sarah's bedroom. A girl is sitting at her desk writing feverishly in her diary as we hear the scratching sound of pen on paper. Various letters are written and erased in a reckless attempt to put one's passion into physical form. Flowing from some stream of consciousness, the words almost seem to write themselves. Birds can be heard chirping, and the wind in the trees causes a nearby chime to sound. Sunlight pierces the room through a window in front of an old wood desk. White sheer curtains sweep across the desk surface with the incoming breeze.
Sarah, Roxanne, breakfast is ready.
Sarah ignores her mother's call as she continues to write.
Honey, I can't leave the food out here all day.
Sarah doesn't miss a beat as she flips a page and continues to write obsessively.
I'm not hungry! Who needs food?
The sound of the truck door closing invades the silence. Sarah momentarily stops writing as her pen trails a bit, ruining their last written letter. She looks out of her window to see her drunk and staggering father approach the front door.
Daddy?
Sarah has a lost look in her eyes for a few moments until she eventually shakes off the feeling. Sarah sits back down and continues to write. Her eyes become hollow as the tears still sit on her pale cheeks.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you screwed your own daughter, you bastard.
I hate him with all of my heart, and all of my mind, and all of my soul. It was that night which I call death that his anger destroyed me in the worst way. And though fate turns my life from day to night, I will not give in to that vile, repulsive thing I call a father. Everything he touches, he destroys. He He deserves to feel the pain that we have endured.
Sarah's sobbing comes to a climax as she...
Working out. Your father's never going to help us, certainly not now.
Sarah takes offense.
What? You can't act like you can't act like you take him back or something.
Calm the fuck down, Sarah. Everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. Your father...
Sarah shakes her head in disbelief.
Don't you ever! He will never be my father! Never.
Sarah runs still in her PJs as she walks to the table and sits down to breakfast. Jane enters.
So by the time you woke up, honey, we have to talk.
What, am I in trouble?
Sarah starts to pour cereal into her bowl when her mother stops her.
Number one, I'm so sorry, baby. I was in a foul mood last night. It's just that so much has happened in the last few days, and I was worried about so many things.
Go back up to the top. We'll go back up to the top. We skipped over her line.
That's
all good. It's all good.
I'm sorry. It's about time you woke up, honey. We have to talk.
Sarah starts to pour cereal into her bowl when her mother stops her.
It must have been really bad if you're not letting me eat.
Do I have the right script?
You might not have the right script, actually. Oh, you have the older one.
Where did I get that? I'm sorry. That explains the set. Number one, I'm so sorry, baby. I was in foul mood last night. It's just so much has happened in the last few days, and I was worried about so many things.
Sarah acknowledges her mother's attempts to make peace.
But I'm not worried anymore.
Sarah looks confused.
What are you talking about? Are you high?
You could call it that, but
Did Uncle Pete give you more of that super whacked out weed that he grows in his bathroom? I told him about giving you that stuff.
Uncle Pete is dead, honey, and I'm very sad.
Oh God. That's horrible. Why are you smiling?
Yes, well, he left us all his money.
Let's see, Sarah takes a minute to process the information.
Almost as long as I take to turn the page.
What money? He lived in a trailer park. And he only owned 3 pairs of underwear. The truth be told, since he never wore any pants, we really only saw 1 pair. Which leaves the rest to a myth and legend.
I know. Who knew he was sitting on 2 Swiss bank accounts worth over $2 million?
Uncle Pete? No way.
I thought so.
I really hope you don't make me that.
Sarah's so choked that she momentarily loses her voice. She bends down to her mother's lifeless body as a pool of blood works its way into her grandmother's antique rug.
No, Ma.
Sarah grapples for the phone on the coffee table and dials 911. This is 9.
My ma.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Hello? Hello? Kennedy House, evening, Sarah's bedroom. Sarah's visibly in shock. She stares out her window at the moon. After a while, Sarah sits at her desk, picks up her pencil, and writes.
I am guilty. My mother died today. When I heard the paramedics announce her death, I wish I could.
Nestled amongst the frilly pink and white pillows.
And thank you, Mr. Ware.
Sarah's Teddy innocently sits with his button-cute nose, with his shiny black eyes. Sarah finishes writing and sits back against her chair. Okay, Sarah sits solemnly as she stares out her window from her desk.
Sometimes the world can be a beautiful place. Sometimes it can be cruel. But if there's one thing I have learned, if the world can allow an individual such as my father, Nathan Kennedy, to live, then in my eyes, it would be better if the world never existed at all.
Sarah's hand slams down on top of the damning words. Cut to black. And the insert comes up, and so it was, the world was undone, and the pain that afflicted Sarah was no more. Pretty dark.
You've destroyed the world.
Yeah. You have undone existence.
Hey,
but,
that is why I'm here.
That was really good.
Really?
That was really good.
Thank you. I have some work to do.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. The other thing is I would like to actually take a sample of your voice saying that last